Good morning, Bellas, and guess what? It's Saturday morning. I don't normally do videos on Saturday morning because it's my cleanup day in the garden, and as you can see, I don't know how much you can see, it's time to clean the garden. So it's never as neat as on videos because I never video on Saturday. So today I'm just going to take you quickly around some of the things that I'm doing in the garden. So someone asked me in one of my videos, how do I keep my squash healthy? As you can see, and like I said on my post, I just plant a lot, right? I do use some things. I want to grab some of the stuff that I use, but I know a lot of you guys are natural organic growers, but I have not had any luck with any of them. So I'll just leave it at that. I won't say all of the brands, but I haven't had any luck. So this was one of, let me lift it up. My dogs have been eating it. They love it. They love it because it's beautiful. Like, and that's what happened to it. Okay, so like I said, I just plant a lot of squash and zucchini. Now I'm gonna use some sieving on this for the next time, guys, because that's always been my go-to. And I clean my vegetables. I only really eat them, and some of my family, they know what I use on my plants. But I was trying to go more organic this year, and maybe I'm gonna take a class with the UGA Extension. They have great online courses and talk about, I think the next couple ones, some of them are going to be about bug prevention. So if you have just go to the University of Georgia Extension page on Facebook, and they have a slew of classes. I think the next class that I will attend is on July the 14th. I'm not going in person because I work, but it's during your lunch break normally, within that lunch time period, and it's like an hour, 2 hours. So if you can spare time, just go. I don't get paid by it, but I think they give great courses. And you get to learn a lot. So I think the last class I attended was when to harvest your vegetables and when your vegetables are too big, or how would they taste. And I thought that was a great class because I know a lot of us like to get our cucumber as big as possible, our squash as big as possible, our okra, which we know we can't do the okra. Okra is a no-no. The different in the change on the taste profile. So that's a good course. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna clean up the garden, and then I'm gonna do a little planting. I bought some more marigolds because, of course, marigolds. And like I told you, I purchased a lot, so I bought one squash and one zucchini to replace the squash and zucchini I lost. It's because I think it's too late to start from seed with those, but I'm about to move my Greenstalk over there. I've already moved one, and I got another Greenstalk, so I'm gonna put them in this place, and I'm gonna try to plant that Greenstalk better. I think what I'm gonna do for my next two Greenstalks is I'm gonna make it a herbal Greenstalk only, so I can like do teas, get medicine. I'm gonna start that from seed, and it may not be enough time. So what I'll do is once it starts getting cool, I'll throw it in the greenhouse, or by then hopefully I have my my hoop tunnel. I'm building a large one back there, so I can throw all my trees, my big trees, my fruit trees in there during the winter time. And I'm gonna try to grow all year long. So why not give it a shot? You in the zone. I think the last frost is in November sometime, or the first frost is in November sometime. So I'm just gonna try it out and see what happens. I'm gonna try to get it built in the next month or 2 months, you know, just depending on my guy's time schedule. You know, he has a full-time job, so he does come and help out when he can. He tries to come normally on Saturdays, so, but you know, those weekends for your family. So as you can see, the Greenstalk, I've started taking this Greenstalk apart because I didn't have that much success with this Greenstalk. Even with some of the vegetables I got, they're round, and it's just maybe me and how I planted them. So I'm gonna try to kind of redo it. That's my goal for today. I'm gonna try to prune some vegetables today. That's my goal. I'm gonna prune some of these tomatoes. I got some stakes to put it up to hold them up, and that's what I'm gonna basically do. I may show you some of the things that I do as I'm doing it, but I didn't want everybody to think that she has a beautiful garden 24/7, because I do not. I do work full time from home, but I still work full time, so I do have to during the weekdays I do let it go sometimes a little too much, but I get right back at it on Saturdays. So that's why you see those cute Sunday videos and sometimes late Saturday night videos, because I've been working all day on getting it right. So yeah, throughout the day I'll keep coming back and I'll just piece all this one video all together so you can see the whole thing. But here I go. So as you guys know, I use sprinklers as my source of keeping my garden wet, moisturized as much as possible. I use 8. I use 2 back here, I use 2 here, and 2 in the front, and 2 on the opposite side of the garden. So right now I'm just putting I only had 7, and I would move around move it around. Actually, I started off with only 4, and I would just move it around, and it just took a lot of time to do that. So I just bought some more to make watering a lot easier for me. And I think on next week I'm gonna show you guys the actual product I use to control my whole watering system. It's lovely. I'll wait until then to give you all the information. So right now I got the whole back covered. I got this side of the garden covered. So I am just trying to get this covered over here, and I'm just gonna slap it right here, and it goes, and it does a great job. So that's me just adding another piece. So when I water, I don't have to like keep moving it around. I can just set and go, right? And I know watering the garden, it saves gardeners a lot of time, because it's very time consuming. And most people I know that say that they don't like gardening or fail at gardening, it's always because it takes too much time, guys, right? So this makes it easier, and I have a product next week that's gonna definitely make life much easier for you guys. So if you like me, I like to travel. My son's in Savannah, so I run in Savannah a lot. You know, my family is in South Carolina, across the border, maybe 2 hours away. I run there often. So just these different things that you can do to kind of free up your hands to do things, you know. And I'm in an area that has a bunch of things to do. Not far from Atlanta, not far from Columbia, not far from Charleston, not far from Jacksonville, Florida, just in the central, I believe, everything. So these products will help you just get better at watering. So I'll give that to you later on. Just real quick, these are my other squash that didn't make it. So both of these were yellow squash, and as you can see, this is what happened to them. So I have this spaghetti squash right here. You can see it. I have to take this off today because actually it's dead. It's actually dead. That's why it's not doing anything else. So that's gonna come off. I might try to put a spaghetti squash seed here. Let's see what happens, because I love spaghetti squash. I have several back there, but I just love it. And I've started doing round 2 of some things, right? I've started round 2 of some cucumbers. I've started round 2 of some tomatoes. And if we go over here to these pretty beds over here, I don't know if I told you guys last week that These two beds are addition to the garden. This one and that one. So that's my round two. One is squash, and one is zucchini. So that's round two of these. And I made sure this time that I put some sunflowers in here. So I think it looks really cute. I'm gonna add some more flowers, more places to just brighten up the garden a little more. So that's what I'll do. So I wanted to show you a couple things I feed my garden with. So my first 3 years, I strictly fed my garden with this. I had a very small garden, just the size of that front up there, and I only used this. That's it. This is a Miracle Grow liquid feed for all-purpose plants. I know it's not 10-10-10, 8-8-1 or whatever, but this did such a great job. I had beautiful vegetables. So I stick with it. It takes around 6 to feed my garden now, 7. Just hook it up to the Miracle Grow water hose and you just hose it down. I do these mini plant sticks. I have one more kind that I use. I guess I left it in the greenhouse, but I use this one as well, and I just stick it in the ground and go. It's all purpose, but it still works good for plants and for vegetables, fruits, and everything else. But I do for my fruits, I put one of these in each fruit container like once a month for my fruits and my berries. So I like that one. I go back and forth with this garden tone. I use this as well in the garden. And what else do I use? I think, oh, and I do have some fish fertilizer. So those are the things I use. It's been working so far. And if you guys have a recommendation of any other kind of fertilizer you guys just use for your garden, just let me know. I love going to all of the big stores, to all the stores every Saturday morning. I've already been to the stores. I get up at 6 a.m. and go as soon as they're open, so I'm the only one there. So I will try anything to keep my garden looking luscious and beautiful. So if you have any ideas, just let me know. So right now, all I'm doing is taking the marigolds I bought, and I'm just placing it in different areas where I want to plant them at to give my vegetables a little more protection. And I'm gonna do that. Guys, you see my sunflowers over here? They're doing a great job. Great job. My corns, however, in the back of the sunflowers are not. I kind of thinned the sunflowers out some. I may have to thin them out some more, but I don't know. I have to look up on the corn and see if I can transplant some of those corn into another area. I tried to transplant the actual sunflowers, and they kind of just withered away and died. My cousin got some last week. I need to call her and see how it did for her. She has a little more time to watch it and manage it. But I just did not have the patience to, I don't like seeing dead, and it wasn't even dead. I just don't like to see them like withered over. It makes me sad. So I know it makes me sad. So I just got rid of them. Yeah, just got rid of them. So we'll see. So since it is time to feed the plants, I'll just show you what I normally do in this planter. So for this time, I'm going to use the mini plant food sticks. So what I normally do in a bed this size, I use 3 to 4. I think I'm just going to use 3 today. Yeah, I'm just going to use 3 today. So what it normally tells you is put it towards the drip line. But I don't use drip lines, right? So I use the sprinklers. So I try to just put it in the center of the bed and hope it spreads out as far as it needs to go. You guys wear gloves. I'm not a big gloves person, but I like feeling the dirt on my hands. I love it. You guys know, I think just touching the dirt is healing. So I'm not a big gloves person, but everybody else wear gloves when they come. So these are how the spikes look, and my dog wants to eat it because he's been eating everything else that's been on the the garden floor. So he thinks this is not a treat. It's not a treat. So what I do is move in. Since this is roughly right here, the center of the bed, and this is pretty much a 6-foot bed, right? 6 by 6. So I just normally go by about 1.5 feet, and it's about 1 inch. You place it like 1 inch in. Just cover it back up. Just leave it a little bit open so the water can hit it and it can spread the way it wants. If you guys don't think this is a good method, you guys tell me more other methods. And I'll put one right here. I'll probably move this one up a little closer, this one. And then I'll move this one a little bit further back. And just that simple, you know, water your grass, water, 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 and there you go. So what I try to do is, and I try to remember what I put in each bed. I try to use the different fertilizers in the different beds. Plant food in different beds to see which one works the best. So that gives me an idea which one I should use for next year in this area. So they've all been working. I've gotten a ton of harvests, but we'll see which one works the best. Say hi, Ben. So now I move back here where all of my fruit trees are and berries. This one loves this. Turn this one out a little bit. See? Normally I just let it die right there. So these are everything that will be going into the hoop house this year. So what I do, just take it, and if you can see, I just put one in each. I have a net on this one because the squirrels were killing my berries. They were giving me no opportunity to have berries. So now just go down the line. So what you guys do, this bag probably won't have enough, so I have to go get my second bag. But I just at least wanted to show you guys me feeding my plants. And kind of cleaning up the area. So I still got some more spikes in here. It's 18 spikes in each bag. I think at my Lowe's, no, I did get these from Lowe's. I paid roughly $9, almost $10. Of course, you know, if you're veteran, military, you get your 10% discount. Yeah, I think they had some good one at the other one I normally get from Walmart. They're smaller steaks, but I like those too because you can put them closer to the actual flour. But I'm gonna finish doing these. So it's day 2 of Garden Chores. Deep sigh. It's around 6:30 a.m. and I didn't finish on yesterday because I had visitors. So now I have to finish this morning. And I have Ben Kenobi here to help me. Real quick. Some of the things I did get done. I guess I can say I'm about 90% done, right? Let's go with it. I moved my green stalks over by the porch. Then I have a new green stalk. Now that I think about this green stalk situation, I think I like the old version better because they are deeper. This small one, I mean, my veggies was everywhere. So yeah, from now on, if I get any more, I'm gonna get the 5, I think it's a 5, yeah, 5 with the deep pockets. But this is my touch of blue. It's not as blue as everything else in the yard, but I thought it was a cute color. Who don't like glacier blue? I bet if they got a powder pink, a lot of people would get that as well. But this is the garden. It's already been watered on one side this morning. I think two of the alarm. So I think that one comes on 5:30. This side comes on at 6 a.m. Then that is gonna be 7 and 7:15 for the front. And I think one side over here is PM. And did the back come on already? I think those come on at 8 o'clock. 8:15. I only water it for 15 minutes because I water it 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon. Only because it's already starting to get up to 90 degrees. The rest of this week is going to be in the low 90s, ranging between 90 and 94. I guess 4 is not, but so yeah, that's what it is right now. So what I have to do is I have trash, recyclable trash. I'm just gonna burn it. Yeah, we don't, I think I told you guys before, because I live too far out, we don't have recycle. So I'm just gonna go burn it. Got more citronella. I got a couple more watermelons, and I replaced my squash and my zucchini that the vine boars got. So I did a lot, but then I had to entertain. So that kind of, those are the 2 squash that I replaced. Yeah. I replaced 2 tomatoes that had blight. I couldn't get rid of it. I tried everything. So I replaced those. So only thing I really have to do today is I have to do some pruning. I have to get the trash burned, and I'll be good to go. So almost done. This is the last bit of it, and I'll be done with that chore. Let's turn around. I love coming out this early because you hear the roosters crowing and the birds chirping. They say, "Welcome, good morning, America." So I love hearing the chickens and the roosters and the birds early in the morning. It's just a beautiful sight. But then I have to finish this chore. So I say now maybe 20 more minutes of chore, and the rest of my Sunday is mine. Finished with my burning chore. Now I just need to watch it, make sure nothing catches on fire, and then I'll be on till the next. Just move my wheelbarrow back. sleeping, Kenobi? So I've cleaned up as much as I'm going to clean up today. So this is going to be the end of this video. It took 2 days to do this video. Normally in 2 days on the weekend I give you 2 videos, but not this weekend. So guys, this was my final harvest. As always, guys, thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and tell a couple friends. And if you in zone 8A, come holler at me down in the Augusta area. Talk to you soon.